All of us farmers have officially fucked around, and we have officially found the fuck out now, guys. I am on the verge of bankruptcy. I'm on the verge of tears. Overnight, all of my help fled. My help, out of fear for their safety, their lives, they fled. And now I am left out here standing in my unharvested carrot field.
315 farm bankruptcies in the United States in 2025. February 2026, 12 farm bankruptcies. The highest states, number 1 is Arkansas. Number 2 is Georgia.
So we just got some bad news about America's farmers, and it's going to affect your grocery prices. It's from a newly released survey of over 5,700 farmers conducted by the American Farm Bureau. The survey's biggest takeaway is that 7 out of 10 American farmers now say they cannot afford all of the fertilizer they need for this planting season.
MAGA farmers believed the policies would protect them, support them, lift them up. But now, many are facing rising costs, shrinking profits, and hard choices just to stay afloat. The reality is hitting, and it's not what they expected. Now, you can watch the videos above, then I'll come to give my opinion at the end.
Farmers and their affiliates have been sending letters to Donald Trump explaining to him that it's currently planting season. And with the gas prices going up, it's affecting fertilizer as well. So the farmers are saying, with the current state of prices and the fact that it looks like it's going up further because of this Iranian war, many of them are not feeling comfortable to plant crops this season. Some of them are not comfortable because they know there's a worker shortage. Others are uncomfortable because they're saying we won't be able to run our equipment because the gas prices will be way too high if this trend that's currently happening continues into the summer. Others are saying even if we get fertilizer at a cheaper cost, nobody's going to go pick up our crop if the gas prices go higher. So this is a major concern that won't be felt for 6 months. 4 to 6 months when it comes time to harvest. So this is a concern that I don't think most people realize is happening. Again, oil is not just for gas. It's for a multitude of things. The Gulf states and Canada and some Middle Eastern countries provide us with our needs for fertilizer. And if those prices are going up, our food costs are going to go up, if the farmers are even comfortable planting. So this is a thing that I think more people need to have a conversation about. And I do wish the farmers would just accept that they voted poorly and start getting on social media and spreading the word, get on TV when they can and say, yo, this is what's going on and this is what it's going to cause. So we messed up. We now will admit that we messed up, but now it's getting out of hand. Trump has to be stopped. This war needs to be stopped, whatever it is. But that's a pipe dream at this point. Y'all have a good day.
All of us farmers have officially fucked around, and we have officially found the fuck out now, guys. I am on the verge of bankruptcy. I'm on the verge of tears. Overnight, all of my help fled. My help, out of fear for their safety, their lives, they fled. And now I am left out here standing in my unharvested carrot field. It is January, and I'm in Kansas, and this is when carrot harvest goes in Kansas. This field should be full of workers, but all my workers left. And who the do you think is to blame for that? Every single one of them left. Now I have to by myself try to fill that truck with a load of carrots in one day, and I can't do that, guys. I have to get these carrots to market by next week, or my contract is terminated. This is $936,000 worth of carrots right here, and I can't pick them by myself. If they're unharvested, I will get kicked out of that contract, and I will get sued by the Planters Loves Carrots company.
Damn, farmers are going through it.
New survey data from the American Farm Bureau Federation shows nearly 60% of U.S. farmers say their finances are getting worse just as spring planting season ramps up. Now, fourth-generation farmer Lorenda Overman telling me fertilizer and nitrogen costs on her North Carolina farm jumped from $139 per acre last year to $217 an acre this season. Now, the pain isn't evenly spread. Southern farmers are getting hit harder. Just 19% locked in fertilizer early, and now nearly 80% say they can't afford what they need. Overman says last year's harvest let little cash and excuse me, pre-buy, and they're more
Fertilizer's up 40%. Tariffs have hurt farmers. Gas prices, specifically diesel, is really hurting farmers. The trade war, we already had to bail out farmers, ladies and gentlemen, $12 billion. And that didn't even help them because they would have sold more if we didn't have a trade war. Countries are not going to be buying from us, not just soybeans, but many other items. They've already started to move on and trade with other countries. What this showed them is that every 4 years, a crazy president can come in office and wreck their economy. The Iran war is hurting farmers. They are really going through it. And guess what? A lot of them voted for him 3 times, and a lot of them still support Donald Trump. Farm bankruptcy is skyrocketing. Farmer suicide. They're really going through it. If you found this post sad but informative, please like, comment, follow, and share for more.
Oh boy, let's talk about how Trump is screwing the farmers. I have a lot of soybean farmers who are my clients, and this is really bad news. Caleb Ragland, who's the president of the American Soybean Association, he said farmers are heading into a harvest season without a single order from China. 25% of soybean farmers' crops are usually sold to China. The prices of soybeans are down 40% because of what's happening under the Trump administration, and production costs are rising. I'm tying in the Trump administration to this. This Soybean Association president is still speaking up Donald Trump.
315 farm bankruptcies in the United States in 2025. February 2026, 12 farm bankruptcies. The highest states, number 1 is Arkansas. Number 2 is Georgia. If you notice anything, you will notice that those are red states. Coming in number 3, the Midwest, is Illinois, Iowa, and Minnesota, a blue state. Reasons for this are tariffs. Machinery has a 25% tariff. The trade war, the high price of gas, also the high cost of fertilizer, and also weather. So far in 2026, it's a 70% increase in bankruptcies, higher than 2025. There were over 15,000 farms that just closed in 2025. Farm debt is up 5.2%. It is looking bleak and grim for the agriculture industry in general. That includes farming and cattle ranching. Yes, farmers voted for this administration 3 times. Yes, a lot of them still support the current administration. Yes, farm bankruptcies and farm foreclosures will get worse in 2026, mainly due to the continued tariffs, the fertilizer cost and shortage, the tariff on equipment, and the trade war. Who's really going to be buying from us now when we have affected the global economy with the Iran war? Unfortunately, some people have to learn lessons the hard way, and it's going to be farmers this time. If you found this informative, please like, comment, follow, and share.
So we just got some bad news about America's farmers, and it's going to affect your grocery prices. It's from a newly released survey of over 5,700 farmers conducted by the American Farm Bureau. The survey's biggest takeaway is that 7 out of 10 American farmers now say they cannot afford all of the fertilizer they need for this planting season. Why? Trump's war and the Strait of Hormuz closure. They have sent fertilizer prices through the roof. Because remember, a meaningful percentage of the world's fertilizer components travel through the Strait of Hormuz. Nitrogen fertilizer prices are up more than 30%. Urea, a key crop nutrient, is up 47% in just the last 2 months. It's the worst in the South. Nearly 80% of farmers there can't afford what they need. And y'all, farmers are already struggling under Trump's economy. Look at this. 94% of respondents reported their financial situation has worsened or remained the same since last year. When farmers can't afford fertilizer, they plant less. When they plant less, food supplies tighten and prices go up for everyone at the grocery store. This is not a warning from the future. This report just came out. This is happening right now. And even if the strait does reopen soon, it's going to be too late for this planting season. Remember how Trump said he was going to lower your grocery prices on day one? Instead, his foreign policy blew up the global supply chain that American farmers depend on to feed you. And now we're all going to pay, literally.
They believed in the promise that things will get better, that their farms would thrive, that their livelihoods would be protected. Many MAGA farmers stood firmly behind those ideas, trusting the system would work in their favor. But today, the situation looks very different. Costs are rising, markets are rising, markets are shifting, and some are struggling just to hold on to what they've built over generations. For many, it's not just about money, it's about survival, identity, and the fear of losing everything they've worked for. It raises a difficult question. When policies are supported in theory, do people always understand how they'll play out in reality? Because now, for some farmers, that reality is here and it's hitting closer to home than they ever imagined. For more topics like this, don't forget to subscribe and follow me for the next video.